Well, I want to get out some good news today before I get back into more controversial type topics. And I hope that you'll appreciate a pause for the good news by remembering to like that video and drop a comment down below. It really does help the channel, and I do strongly appreciate it. Now, there's a bit of a version of a console war going on in PC right now with exclusives. We see Epic Game Store snaking snaking exclusives like consoles would. The most recent being Outer Worlds, but of course most of Ubisoft titles, The Division 2, a wide variety. Phoenix Point Games taking a game where they raised a ton of money for backers on a Kickstarter type platform, promising them GOG and Steam keys, only to pull the rug out from underneath them at the last second after Epic chose to give them $2 million for a exclusive. Why are exclusives important? Well, we were all wrong that eventually the users would revolt over the minimal features that the Epic Game Store has, like no user reviews. Really, they don't even have a shopping cart. I mean, they just added a search bar on top of the website. It is annoying to use. If you want to purchase more than one game at a time, you must complete two separate transactions. Lord only knows when they're going to fix that. There are a number of issues with the Epic Game Store outside of the way that gamers are reacting to them. Now, if you remember, there was a time where gamers didn't like Steam either. When you force change in a way, or when it at least feels like change is being forced on someone, it's never really accepted very well, especially not the way that Epic Game Store is going about things with exclusives. Why are exclusives annoying to gamers? Well, there are a wide variety of reasons. People that just don't want to use the Epic Game Store. People don't want to use it for a variety of PR reasons, spyware allegations around their software, what they're doing with Steam user file data. It seems like there's a new controversy around the Epic Game Store every couple of weeks, which makes sense why people wouldn't want to use their software. There's also loyalty. People are loyal to Steam. Steam has been there for many years for gamers, adding a lot of features and protecting users with a great refund policy. With new people coming into the market, those things were up to debate. However, Epic Game Store has, in fact, struck the most intelligent way, and that is with developers, throwing large sums of money to them, $2 million in Phoenix Point, many millions, I'm sure, for The Division 2 and a wide variety of other topics or titles like Outer Worlds, convincing mid-tier developers to just give Epic Game Store timed exclusives. Now, Bethesda has a myriad of new games coming to market, including new Skyrims, Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, Rage 2. Wherever you stand on these particular titles, I'm sure at least maybe one of them appeals to you. And with rumors around, for example, Borderlands 3 likely to be an Epic Game Store exclusive, Bethesda went hard in the paint today on the 25th anniversary of Morrowind, a day in which they are giving the game away for free. And I'm going to tell you how to allegedly get that, although the Bethesda storefront has been broken all day, so it's not all positive news for Bethesda. They put out a tweet. Let's just see how it was received. We are pleased to announce that Rage 2, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, and Doom Eternal will be released on Steam as well as Bethesda games. We will also be bringing out Fallout 76 to Steam later this year. Of course, memes aside about Fallout 76 going to Steam, this is the first bit of good news that we've seen in terms of major titles and exclusivity. Now, this basically means you can use the Bethesda game launcher, which is fine, but you can also pick them up on Steam. Now, of course, everyone's mad about the website, but overwhelmingly positive response with 7,000 favorites. And you see, people are still nervous until 2 weeks before release when it will become an exclusive to Epic Game Store. Actually, it seems like they're doing it. Microsoft is doing basically the middle finger towards Epic. I don't know if this is a middle finger towards Epic. Behind the scenes, there's no doubt that there was negotiations between Epic and Bethesda, I assume. But when you're as big as Bethesda and you have your own store, you would think the same thing with Ubisoft. But when you have your own store, you probably make the most money when people buy it from your store. Putting it on Steam is undoubtedly less profitable. Now, I guess I don't know. I mean, there's obviously staff and things like that, bandwidth costs and server costs and all sorts of stuff like that, that when you use your own launcher that you're going to have to deal with. But when you work with Steam or you work with Epic Game Store, these things are pushed off on someone else and they're included in that 30% in Steam's case. Now, Bethesda is big enough that they wouldn't have been paying 30% for Steam. But, you know, it's interesting is people are starting to get split on the Epic Game Store versus Steam debacle because really we're getting put in the middle of it. Gamers want choice. And we don't want to feel like we're forced into using anything. Now, for the Outer Worlds, you know, you can push against Epic Game Store and just pick it up on the Microsoft Store, which is a total pain in the butt to use. But so is the Epic Game Store. I think as long as titles want to offer at least one reasonable option outside of using the Epic Game Store, then they won't face a lot of backlash. Now, Steam, I doubt, did any negotiation here, although you don't know. It's hard to say. These are some big titles for Steam to get. Rage 2 and Doom, by the way, as this one commenter says here, for me, Rage 2 and Doom Eternal are both instant buys. And this person says, too, awesome news. Now Rage 2 and Doom Eternal will be instant buys for me. Same. Holy crap, I was worried. This is excellent news, but you don't need to bother with Fallout 76. You know, it's not really, you know, Epic Game Store is picking up some steam. You see people in the camp of, well, they don't have shovelware and they don't have prawn games, so they're somehow better than Steam. I disagree with that, of course, but there are going to be physical copies of these games, which is actually, I think, pretty interesting. I like physical copies. I like to have the box. As you can see, I have tons of boxes behind me. I like to have the box. I wish people would still do it. In fact, I would even pay a premium for physical versions as long as they included something cool, something that you could only get in the boxed version for collectors. Because that someday, you know, it's already a big collection market in terms of old school like Sierra games and stuff like that. I've thought about collecting big box PC games. That's a big market, but the market clapped. Everyone's happy that this is going to be available on Steam. Now, will Bethesda be forfeiting some profit margin? Yes. However, I would be willing to bet that if they made these games $2 or $3 more expensive but kept it on Steam, the customers wouldn't even care. People that want to use Steam want to use Steam. I don't think there's a contingent of people out there that want to use Epic Game Store, and that's, you know, where everything's at. To continue Bethesda's good day, they also are giving away Morrowind for free. Now, I've been trying to get it all day. Like, basically, in between videos, I pop over to the Bethesda store, and I know once I do this video, and maybe some of you remember to like it and leave comments, maybe, you know, 50 or 100,000 people will see it, and these people might want it. The first Elder Scrolls game, Elder Scrolls Arena, was released back in 1994 on MS-DOS. Since then, there's been a fair few entries in the series. To mark the occasion, Bethesda is celebrating in the best way possible by giving out free stuff. To those who log into Bethesda.net today, and I'm hoping they extend this at this point because I still can't get it, and it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon, by using the code TESS25th-Morrowind. Now, you do have to download the Bethesda launcher. I think at this point I'm getting numb to it. I think I've just been beaten into submission. I definitely support your fight to not want to download another installer, but hey, if you want to play Morrowind for free, you know, hey, it's not too bad. Meanwhile, The Elder Scrolls Online is having a free-to-play week as well, March 28th till April 3rd. I am going to be there. You know what? I played The Elder Scrolls Online for a little bit. I actually really liked it, but then kind of like there was nothing left to do, and I fell out of love with it. And this is great. This is a great way to get people to try your game. I hope that more people are open to giving away free stuff in the future. And you know what? If you let people play for free this week, they might buy it. If you are playing The Elder Scrolls Online, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try to find you. Maybe we can squad up. Despite all the goodies, unfortunately, there aren't any tidbits of information on the upcoming and still rather mysterious Elder Scrolls 6. Hopefully, it won't be another 25 years until we hear about that. Now, overwhelmingly, the reaction has been the "Let me in! Let me in!" because everyone keeps trying to download this free game. But I'm confident that Bethesda will get it fixed. And you know what? It looks like their support team is on it, replying to everybody, saying we're working on it. Now, that was 2 hours ago. I haven't seen any new tweets at this point. Now, this video is scheduled to go out around 4 or 5 o'clock Central Time. So I'm hoping that we see some sort of update here that it's actually working so that we can all enjoy some free Morrowind and do a free week of The Elder Scrolls Online. Good on you, Bethesda, for not kneeling and kissing the ring of Epic Games Store. I hope you all enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.